I hope you don't mind. I'm going to record this.
Okay.
And um,
It's kind of like your birthday, Barbara Gail.
It feels like it, Lisa. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, Miranda, what have you been up to?
well, maybe someone can explain a little bit what they know that I'm going to give you. And Farrunnissa is the one that's maybe knows firsthand, the first one to know about it. So
Yeah, so you may have heard of the Drum Ma Award that was given by Ubaka Hill to Layne Redmond. Layne gave it to me. And so it was in my community for over a year, I think, probably a couple years. And I passed it on. So the gift was, this is a community gift. Layne wanted it to be a community gift, so to be shared across the community. So Paula, I believe I passed it on to you. Did I not?
That's right. I got it next. I think you thought I did such a good job teaching rattlesnake to two of my students. And then a couple years after that, I passed it on to Miranda, just for all of her fantastic work in teaching the drum and the frame drum and keeping it so alive.
Oh, wow. And by the way, I have a student for you for rattlesnake. Someone contacted me asking me to teach rattlesnake, and I don't teach rattlesnake. I don't even remember it anymore. So if you're still up for teaching rattlesnake, I can connect you.
Okay. All right.
I love Ubaka, and I've studied with her too. And I vaguely remember this Drum Ma Award, and I was not aware that she gave it to Layne. Do you know when she did that?
I was just looking back in my emails to see if I could see a date.
I think I saw, I found some of my old pictures, and I think it was made in 2008, but not presented to her until 2013.
Oh, wow.
Like she actually contacted me and a couple others, like, hey, can you get this to Layne, because she was going to do a workshop, a retreat, and it might have been it might have been her birth, maybe it might have been the birthday one. I'm not sure. And to try to get it to her. So I don't know who brought it over to Layne at that time.
Right. I think she did both in 2013. I think she did a retreat, and Tommy taught, and Kirsten and Tori, and maybe even Barb and Amy. Like, she really needed others to do a lot of the teaching for her.
I think that was the last. I think that was the last retreat we had at Prama, and when she was alive.
Yeah.
And
then she had the birthday buzz off at Om Sanctuary, Kelly's place.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So she got it before she passed away. Wow.
Yeah. And so did
or received it, I should say, received it. Better word, received it.
So
anyway, all right.
I thought, was it also, did Barbara picture and
well, that's what I'm trying to remember. It may be that Ubaka gave it to Barb and Amy to give to Layne.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm remembering.
And yeah, because they all went to that Women's Michigan, Michigan Women's Music Festival.
Right. Well, I thought I remembered that Layne never actually received it, that she died before she actually had it. But she knew that it was coming, or there was, because I remember Amy talking a little bit about that. But Amy and Barbara both had the drum as well.
Wow, so they had it as like someone had gifted it to them, or they were just the keepers of it to pass it on to Layne.
I seem to remember Ubaka gave it to them at the Michigan Women's Music Festival. Wow. And it seemed to me that it was given to them as a gift for Layne to pass on to Layne, but I don't know that for sure.
And they're both gone now.
Yeah, they were we were in the same GBTO. I knew them well. And they were on that same Brazil trip too, Farrunnissa.
Yes,
They were on that
Oh,
Brazil trip.
yes.
Mhm. Barb
yes. Well,
was the camp director on the bus. Yeah.
And they came to many of the Prama workshops with Layne and Tommy,
Wow.
and
Hmm.
Shearston and
Tori.
Tori were there at that last one. And the five of us and Tommy basically did the retreat while Layne was there, but she didn't come out to the meetings because she didn't feel good enough to come out.
Yeah. Okay, so you were one of the workshop leaders too. I apologize, I forgot that piece. Yeah.
That last one, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh my.
yeah. So this is what I've been wanting to give you actually since last year, but then I had my health stuff came up and then yeah, I contacted Paula. I'm like, can you help me present this to her? And she's like, oh, Farrunnissa may like to be part of that. I'm like, okay, so we finally
Oh my gosh.
after
After all this time, can I
yeah.
have your permission for Jeff to come in for a minute
Oh,
to
sure.
witness this? Hang on. Oh my gosh, this is like so unexpected. I had no idea. I thought you were just gonna like sing a song for me on your guitar and then something and just want to visit. Wait a second.
Yeah, she had no idea.
How exciting.
And I remember you were sharing, Paula, your last moments with the drum ma because you did a ritual. I saw.
Oh,
Share that with her.
I had,
If you can wait till she comes back.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I don't know that I can post those again, to our frame drum circle, those photographs of that.
This is Jeff. I just want him to witness this. So Farney said you would remember that Jeff was on the trip to Brazil.
Oh, hi,
and
Farrunnissa.
this is
Hi,
this is
Jeff.
Paula.
Paula.
You would recognize
Jeff.
the PASIC video.
Oh, yeah.
And as we were running down the hall, I quickly filled him in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
Miranda asked me about what we did with the drum off right before I passed it to her, and I had some of Layne's ashes, and she has a student, Toni Keller. I don't know if you all know her. You do?
From Unity with a Beat. I was just talking about Toni Keller the other day. Yeah, from Unity with a Beat is how we met her.
At Unity with a Beat, right? And she lived not too far from me, maybe a couple hours. And Toni and I had met right when I first moved back here, and we had other mutual friends, like Barry Bernstein. So we connected, and then she came to see me. So anyway, I contacted her and I said, I've got these ashes. Would you like to go with me and spread them at the New River Gorge? And she said yes. So she came and she brought, Layne had given her like a baby gown she had from her own birth. And she gave it to Toni when her daughter was born. And there were other artifacts that we had with us that were like from Layne. And we went down to the river and we did this special ceremony while we were there. It was really, really beautiful. And we put her ashes in down there around Thurman, West Virginia. And we took the drum off with us that day.
And the drum ma was with you.
And I think that was for around Layne's birthday, August.
I think it was. That's right, because it was in the summertime that we went down there.
Because I received it, I have it written or saw that August 28th. And she sent it to me and I didn't know what she was sending. She just asked for my address. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Oh.
And I think I think you were trying to connect like through phone, and then instead I just received it in the mail, the surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I just sent it to you. Right. And
Who
wrote
sent
you a
it?
letter.
Who
Wrote you
sent
a
it
letter.
to you? Who sent it to you, Miranda? I forgot already.
Paula,
Paula sent it to you for all the
And-
work that you've been doing. Wow.
And Farrunnissa gifted it to me.
Yeah.
and so
Layne did
now
it
I'm
too.
going to gift it to you. And
Oh my God. Yeah, it's gone around the circle.
it's pretty heavy.
It's heavy.
But here it says presented to Layne Redmond. It does say 2008 on here. So it's made in 2008. It says women is a drum up here. And look, it's a djembe.
Saw that right away. And the frame drum in the car.
And then on the back it says Ubaka Hill Museum and Archive of Women Drumming Traditions. So they gave other ones away to other women. And this one, and it actually says presented to Layne Redmond. And so I'm presenting this to you because of all the work that you've been doing. You are a warm, welcoming presence in the Women Frame Drumming Group, which is dedicated to Layne, with Layne's blessings. And it means the world to me that you're there being a bridge, encouraging people, just adding community feeling in the Women Frame Drumming Group. I'm grateful for the work that you've done in being a voice for Layne and being dedicated and devoted to keeping her legacy alive. And actively and visibly, which we know that Layne saw that as very important to be visible. And for the epic work you're doing on the Path of the Tambourine on the YouTube, which I'm like, wow, it's now become such a wonderful resource, a huge resource for people to inspire them to play and to not only the instructional videos, but the stories you tell about them, the information, the wisdom, always speaking about Layne. And you even let people know, hey, this is how you can pick a tambourine, but also here's Layne's tambourines. It's a really wonderful resource. And you're inspiring other people to play. You're a legacy keeper, and you're also leaving your own legacy as well. And you're also a mentor. People see you as a mentor already, worldwide. And I see you as a bridge builder, networking, but also just being the voice in between, like, here's a drum and here's Layne. Everyone come drum. And encouraging people to drum and commenting to everyone, hey, that was a great video, good try, you know, always encouraging. And
I learned that from you, Miranda.
And then you're always available for interviews that I send people your way. You're like, yes, and you're just a beautiful spokesperson, person who shares about Layne. And so it's wonderful that you're out there doing these interviews and sharing the work of the tambourine, the frame drum, about rhythm. Thank you for being available to honor Layne when she got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And
Fun.
being there to offer a tambourine workshop in Layne style and to offer the procession in honor of her on that day. I was really grateful that you can go represent. Thank you.
I would do that again any day. That was
Um,
honor. It was so
and thank you for creating your own group, Moonrise Daughters of the Moon, no, Daughters of an Ancient Pulse, and to capture your work in video and photo, because those are so inspiring. It's when you see them, it just evokes remembrance, and it reminds people like, hey, maybe I should do that too. You know?
that photographer. He's the one who was, you know, and that was in the day when people didn't have a camera to whip out. You know, he had a little video camera and, you know, a little snapshot thing, and that was there taking pictures.
You're a great team.
Those pictures. All those men, whether they're on the beach or downtown, all the places, those pictures, it's just so inspiring. And they make perfect circles. It's not easy to do, but there'd be a big group of women all in a perfect circle and intersection. Every time I see those pictures, it's so inspiring. I just don't understand why there are billions of them doing the same thing.
We're working on it.
Yeah, and yeah, you're just amplifying the voice of the tambourine, and you're encouraging people to also teach. And so I just want to my deepest gratitude and give thanks to all the work you're doing, and being a legacy keeper for Layne. And so I'm so happy to be able to pass this on to you. And I've been waiting for a year.
For years. Oh my God.
So you are, it's well deserved.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you made me cry, and my cheeks already hurt from smiling so much. And thank you for drumming. Farrunnissa. I wanted to drum with you, but then I thought, wow, it's amazing that I can actually hear your drumming and Miranda talking at the same time on Zoom. That's pretty rare. And
Yeah, why is it?
I thought about picking up the drum myself and playing along, but then I thought, well, that'll really mess it up. I mean,
Yeah, Zoom doesn't handle two musicians playing together very well, but they do have a very expensive online tool that musicians used during COVID times, where they could play together online.
we knew about that. We thought about it, but that's just not something.
Well, what's going
doable.
on that we
But
can
it's
hear?
amazing that we can hear that. Well, they're not. If Miranda was drumming, they wouldn't necessarily be in sync. You know, they're
Right.
but they can talk. But it's still amazing that I could hear every note you were
Oh,
drumming,
right.
and I could.
Wow,
Hear,
that's
usually,
amazing.
if
And
you
I
can-
had the original sound turned on for musicians. That does make a difference in Zoom.
that. Yeah, we didn't cancel each other out, so that was like
Yeah.
the most cool presentation.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
That was a spontaneous one.
Yeah, it was spontaneous. I just had my Layne drums here
Oh.
and thought, hey, I'm just going to bring my drum. And then I heard the Nubian rhythm. I just heard it, right? And so I just turned original sound on and started playing it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ubaka. Thank you, Layne. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Miranda. And now, Barbara Gail, I bow at your lotus feet.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you. And